Good morning, everybody. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to another video. Today's video is a Mental Health Monday, and we're going to be talking about my reflection from LPS Meet Me. Now, before I say anything, the reflection has nothing to do with the organizer. The organizer was very sweet and very caring about everyone. And even though the venue did switch last minute, that has nothing to do with my reflection. My reflection is on me, and it's on how I could have prepared better for specific situations and money saving. And I'm posting this, number one, to teach myself a lesson, but number two, if anyone's planning to go to an LPS meetup in the future and you've never gone, you might want to listen to this so then you can learn about my mistakes and not take after them. Because I know a lot of people have really good experiences at LPS events, and I did too. However, I did underestimate some things, and that's what we're going to talk about. Also, in the background, you can see that I have selected a nib to open. This nib I was actually trading at LPS Meet Me, and somebody did take it, but I also had a double in case, I wanted to open it and stuff like that. And I realized I needed it for my jewelry line, Candyland. So yeah, I will get back to that in a separate video. But today we are going to be doing the reflection. So first thing I'm going to talk about is money. And for those who don't know, on my social media, I do talk about being a recovering addict from spending money. I could go into that a whole other time. And I did spend a lot of money before this, but it was because I was getting supplies for my small business, and I was buying stuff for trading and stuff like that, and I think that I could have saved so much more if I wasn't focusing on the business at that time period, and instead was focusing on, how much money I actually needed for things. Now, I got a hotel at the Hilton in Mount Prospect, and I was staying there with a few people that I know and love, and they're all very cool. And, a lot of these people, I believe, get their money from YouTube or in-person jobs, and some of them aren't in school because they're a little bit older. So I think it's easy for them to obtain money. If that's, if you catch them adrift. And I'm a student, and since I had school, like, that week was my first week of school, I wasn't really able to work as much because of school. And so I had not, received the paychecks the week of. And so I looked at my savings account, and I was like, okay, my savings is at $380. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Eco, that is not enough money. Are you using that for, did you already spend money on the hotel? No, I didn't. I thought the payment was $330. That could have been the down payment. I don't remember. But all I know is when I got there, it had changed to $440. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Okay. So I called my mom, and I was like, I do not have money for this. So she sent me over some money. And she kept having to send me over money because I was running out very quickly. All the food there, you could get free for breakfast if you had vouchers. And then the food there in general, was completely out of my dietary restrictions. They were all meat and dairy and things, and I cannot have that due to dietary restrictions. So I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. And so my mom had to keep giving me money over that. And it didn't really give me a lot of room to, buy LPS. And so when I was, finally getting the hotel room situated and stuff like that, I go upstairs, I unpack, I have my friend Akari over. We film a little bit. You can find that video in the description below, where we're vlogging. And then we get two visitors in the room, and these visitors are Jerry Berry and Zombie X Corn. aka Jay. He's very sweet. Oh my gosh. And I was so excited to meet them. Oh my goodness. But then I see Jay carrying the dragons, the Comic Con dragons, because I said that I wanted to buy one off of him, and I did. And when I looked at that, I was like, I was like, oh my gosh, I do not have money for this event. I sent him over the money, but it made me, like, it hit me at that moment where I was like, I should have had more money saved for this event. The Comic Con dragon was only $30 because that's how it is in retail, and he wanted to be fair, which I appreciate. But I'm just like, in that very moment, I was like, oh my god, I should not have only saved this amount of money. Like, next time I go, what I decided is I have kind of like a separate debit card. I don't know how to explain it. And I'm like, for my normal bank account, I think I'm gonna save like a certain amount of money, maybe like 1,000 or 2,000 to start. And then when I get my paychecks, split it and put some of the money in the other debit card and then some of the money on my actual debit card. And so then I'm going to be having enough money to have, do at the convention, like, or the event. So once I hit like 1,000 on my separate debit card, then I can look at my regular debit card and be like, okay, now we're going to save up to 3,000. And then, back and forth, because I just think it'd be so much easier. Okay. So that's that on money. And then, so number two was I didn't really consider the weather. I was like, it's always hot in here. And I realized that I didn't think about what it would be like inside the hotel or inside the LPS event. So I had no sweatshirt on, and when I walked into my apartment room for the first day, it was freezing. It felt like -10-degree weather, and I get cold very easily, so I was screwed, basically. I was like, the longest thing I brought was a bone dress, a dress covered in pastel bones, but I didn't bring any sweatshirts or anything. Therefore, I didn't feel comfortable going downstairs and hanging out with some of my friends because I was so cold. Oh my god. But luckily I was allowed to like change the temperature on there. And yeah. Another thing that I thought I should talk about is coins. So I had so many coins. I had $10 like worth in coins. And I realized if that ever happens again, something that I should do next time is either A, like go to a store beforehand and use it like to buy like a gift card or use it to get some more essentials for Meet Me, you know what I mean? Or if I wanted to get some like Wait For, just like use it at the checkout, like the self-checkout thing, instead of just carrying them around. I don't know why I just didn't have common sense to not carry them around. But I was like, what if I need them? What if I come across an ATM? You know what I mean? I also really wanted to go to a coin shop because sometimes your coins might be really valuable and you might have no idea. Um, but since it was like my first time like in that area, I didn't really want to like leave the group or anything like that. And then also like the coin shops weren't really open when when I was there. They were mainly like closed at the weekends or whatever. Or they were open, but it was like during the time of like when we were going in early for Meet Me because I went in early to help set up Akari's vendor, which by the way, that was so fun. Oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, one last takeaway that I would highly suggest for any LPS meetup in general is for Christmas or for your birthday, ask for gift cards from Lyft, or like a Visa gift card or for any restaurants that might be like in that like look up some restaurants that might be in that area or something or near the event that you're going to or whatever and see if that you can get a gift card on them, just so then it can make things cheaper, um or see if there's like a gift card available for the hotel that you're going to. I don't know, but in the future, like, I'm going to ask for gift cards like like Lyft or from a restaurant that I really like, etc. Um, or DoorDash, in case of emergencies. Um, and I'm gonna save them up and then use them at whatever LPS meetup that I'm going to. So yeah. Um, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If I helped you with anything, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the little unboxing in the background. It honestly went a lot faster than I thought it would, like the unboxing wise. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Mental Health Monday and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.